Oh man, we're back. We're back. It's been a
Once
minute.
again,
It's been a minute. Back to the topic, and we have some good ones
you've been
today.
living, you've been living too wild. You've been
Um,
living too wild.
it's been a couple interesting weeks, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it.
I'm locked in, bro. It's been a great couple weeks. Great sports action. I'm locked in Women's College World Series right now.
Oh man, we're gonna try to get to. I don't know if we can cover everything today. We're gonna try to get to it. But let's start off where we need to start off. Game one tomorrow night. Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks.
That's what the people want.
There's a lot of agendas to be pushed here, a lot of narratives to be pushed. Um, but first, let me ask you your prediction straight up.
Straight up.
What team and
Um,
how many games?
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, just because I think I think Dallas has the better two players.
Look, that was my next question, but go ahead and
I
get your take off.
think they have the more complementary pieces
Hmm.
together. Those two. I think
Hmm.
Boston's team is better.
Yeah, no, I think that's the perfect way to describe the two teams.
But
I think Dallas.
Boston's team is better. Dallas has the better two pieces that fit in the backcourt, and I think
There,
they got two guys that I trust a little bit more than the two guys for Boston. That being said, though, this is a team game.
that's what I'm saying. There's so many different parts to analyze, right? Obviously, I think Dallas has the best player easily in Luka Doncic. Um, I think the second best player. I think the second best player is Jason Tatum, but the second person that has been playing the best, which is something different, is Jalen Brown. I think Jalen Brown has had the second best playoffs out of those four guys. So he's been playing the second best out of all four of them.
But
So
then,
right,
but the worst part about it is, right, with Dallas, if you look at the four guys, line them up, and you say, who do you trust the most in a finals? If you need a moment, you're gonna pick Kyrie every time. You're gonna
you're
pick
going to
Kyrie.
pick, yeah, you're going to pick Kyrie. But I have to be in the moment right now too. Jalen Brown has played better basketball than Jason Tatum and Kyrie Irving. So mm, I'm not opposed to picking him in front of Kyrie Irving right now at this moment. The way he's been shooting the ball, the way he's been playing basketball, and I love Kyrie Irving, um, but he hasn't had the best playoffs. He's had a couple 12-point games.
Yeah.
Uh, but his team Dallas has been one of the best teams since the break, since the trade deadline. But I
I
feel.
just think like if it's a moment where you're like, we need one right here,
Mhm.
we need one. I mean, if you got four guys, those four guys, JB, Tatum, Luca, and Kyrie, I think it doesn't matter. I'm still going Kyrie.
Yeah, yeah. Out of those four, two, Dallas has the two guys that when you need one can get you one. Dallas has those two guys, but
Ver-
also
and they verified already.
yeah, in Dallas, I think Dallas is a better team down a stretch than the Boston Celtics. Um, that's the
But they
only
got
thing that
they got more clear cut and defined roles.
that's another thing. And Dallas maintains their style of play throughout the game, right? In the first quarter, they play the same as they do in the fourth quarter. It's all dependent on those two guys. But the Celtics, early in the first three quarters, they'll have moved the ball, everybody will touch it, everybody gets shots up. The fourth quarter comes around, it's Tatum isolations. That's not how y'all got ahead by 10 or 15 points. So why do y'all choose to do that down the stretch? So I think there's a little bit of a maybe an identity crisis for the Celtics in the fourth quarter with their offense. And it's been like that all year. I don't understand it because like
They're more than one here, brother.
they play so well in the first three quarters, moving the ball, sharing the ball with each other, and then down the stretch, 5 plays in a row is it's a Tatum 1-4 pick and roll, you know, and then Tatum passes it with 3 seconds left to the open guy. Whatever. That's my only issue. So back to your prediction. I need your prediction. I need it on record.
I got Boston in 7.
Okay. Me personally, I have Boston in 6. Um, I just think if you line up the 10 players out of both starting fives, I think Celtics have 5 of the best 7 players out of both starting
I mean, so
lineups.
like if we gonna take all 10 starting line, like all 10 players from the starting lineup, right? You'll go. It's a chance. Like you already said, you'll take JB second, right? But in that top 4, it's gonna be an alternation between the two.
Yeah, the top 4 are already defined.
Right. But
So
then
we're
you get the 5. You're gonna go to what? Drew Holiday.
mhm.
6 probably go Derek White. 7 might go probably Al Horford.
I was thinking Porzingis. He's
I was
back.
about to say 8 for Porzingis. Like that's I'm
Right.
still. And then you would get Derek Jones, and
I
then
would say I would say PJ or Lively, and then Derrick Jones, and then Gafford, then Pritchard. But out of the 10 best players in this series, I think Boston has 6 or 7 of them.
right.
And I think that might be the difference because if Derek White can get going, if Drew Holiday can get going, um, it could be a long night for the Dallas Mavericks. Uh, but if PJ Washington gets going, if Derek Jones can hit a couple
Yeah,
threes,
if you Washington get anything,
yeah, if Lively can clean up on the boards, it could get scary for the Celtics. Um,
for sure.
but I think there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of agendas here at play. We got Porzingis going back to Dallas. We got Kyrie coming back to Boston. Um, and I think it's a great storyline. Also, there's been a debate for the past 3 years who's better between Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum. I think that kind of puts.
No, we're gonna figure that out this series.
That's what I'm saying. It kind of puts it to rest for the summer at least. Me personally, after after what I just seen in the last series against the Wolves, I'm not afraid to say Luka's the second best player in the NBA. I'm not afraid to say that, and I'm kind of
Who's
confident
number
in that.
one?
I think it's still Joker. I think Joker's still the best player, but I don't think I can clearly say there's somebody better than Luka Doncic right now.
Yeah, it's tough. It was tough. He made it tough on me, brother.
Because he led the league in scoring 33, 9, and 9. He turned it up even more in the playoffs, right? Then he sent the Wolves home in 5, and he's on his way to the finals. And he's been pretty consistent throughout his career. So, and if we look at that Dallas roster, there's a couple rosters that might be better than the Dallas Mavericks roster.
I think Minnesota roster better than Dallas roster.
I think the Denver Nuggets have a better roster than them. So it's like, but Luka Doncic has been so amazing. But I mean, I'm excited for this series. I think the matchups are going to be super unique. It's 2 totally different styles of offenses
Right.
um, going, and then like you said earlier, it's 2 different roles. Like obviously, Luca is the guy on that team. Like it's no debate. Where the Celtics is still a little bit of who's the number one guy on that team.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's
You know
I
how
think
JB
it,
like to show his ass.
yeah. I mean, he's an Eastern Conference Finals MVP now.
He like to show his ass, boy.
The Eastern Conference Finals MVP coming off of 29 a game, shooting 54%, brother.
Draining them things from distance too.
And then in the biggest game of the series, you hit a three to tie it up, send it to overtime.
And can't forget about the defensive play. The
Oh
force.
yeah, the fourth turnover. So um, look, I'm excited about it. There's so many. Depending on who wins, the narratives are going to be disgusting, right?
Oh,
Um,
yeah, nasty.
obviously, we have Jason Tatum as a top 3 player if the Celtics win, right?
All right, before we even get there, right? Let's talk about the real. Celtics win. Jaylen Brown is named Finals MVP, and the narrative is still can't go left. I've seen several people with that on the gram. Several people I know talking
I
about some,
just,
you know how JB said it don't matter what I do, ain't nobody gonna like it. And then they go, I see somebody I know. I knew in high school talking about some. No, we don't like it because you got $300 million. You can't go left. I'm like, well, when we gonna let that die, bro?
I
They
mean,
gave him 40.
yeah, yeah. Nah, the left jokes like were. I didn't think they were funny, but like I get there people are gonna talk, left hand, da da da. You don't make it that far, be that good, and you can't do nothing with your left, right?
All right.
And
And
like
my
I've
thing is,
seen,
if he was as raw with his left as people wanted him to be, like he'd be first team All NBA every year.
yeah, and it like he's already like everybody's not gonna be Kyrie Irving with their left hand. You know what I'm saying? Or with their offhand.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not gonna be that great. And I'm not saying he can't get better, but he's still good with his left hand. He can finish with his left. He can
Yeah,
dribble with his left. Yeah, it's like the jokes are the jokes, but like, come on, y'all gotta pack it up now. You've seen more than enough evidence to not support your statements anymore. But yeah, if the Celtics win, obviously Tatum is boosted into another tier. We move him a tier up. JB is, probably right at that 11, 12, 13 spot, depending on how he plays. I think Luca wins. He solidifies himself as, the second or third best player in the NBA. And if Kyrie Irving wins, I have a lot to say about Kyrie Irving. I don't want to spend too much time, but oh my gosh, the narratives around Kyrie Irving are getting out of hand, brother. Um, and the way, like, I love Kyrie. He's one of my favorite players to watch. But we have to start distinguishing entertainment from greatness. Like, he's one of the most talented players ever. But they are starting to mention him with the gods, right? They're saying, I saw on Jeff Teague's podcast, they said if Kyrie wins another ring, he's a top 5 point guard ever.
Well, I mean, think about this though. He's already the most skilled point guard. He's the most skilled player to ever touch a basketball.
That's fine.
So if I'm the most skilled, without argument or debate, most skilled player to ever touch a basketball, I got 2 chips. One, I hit the game winner with a 40 piece, and then the second one, I was, you know, supporting whatever his performance looks like here with
Hmm.
Luca supporting number one, supporting castmate or whatever. Is that? I mean, I don't know, bro.
No, but let
If
me
he wins another one, I got him right there. I got him there with Steph.
come on, dog.
Not at one. Not at one.
Come
I got him
on,
there.
dog. You can't skip the line to greatness, brother. You
I
can't
didn't.
just
Listen, I
you
don't got.
can't.
I don't have Steph in one still.
But he can't jump all this greatness, bro.
CP gone.
Okay. No, 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 no,
Stockton.
no.
Stockton
Fuck
gone.
no. He's above the all-time assists and steals leader.
Oh yeah.
Come on, dog.
Nah. Because Stockton, huh? Brother, you think what would he do with that?
What would he do with what?
What would Stockton do when Reed comes to town?
Obviously, there's different eras, right?
Then I don't want to hear that.
And I'm sure you don't, but
Check ball. Would you check ball? What he gonna do?
I,
Ooh-wee.
Kyrie can check the ball with anybody, but we have to respect greatness. Does being all time in a stat not mean nothing?
No, it does. It means a lot. It means a lot to the game. But being the all time greatest at the art of basketball, that holds more value
I
to me than
I
the
I
all time
think
in the stat.
no, but we have to separate. We have to separate talent from greatness. Like there's results in greatness. There's
Okay,
longevity in greatness.
I'm with all of that. Like I get it. But Kyrie Irving has been great in the NBA since day one. Since day one.
He's been great,
even when they
Yeah.
was winning 18 games in Cleveland.
Okay, he's been great, but if he's as great as we say he is, he's fallen short a lot of times. Then,
So that's Stockton made a career falling short, bro. And
but
you can say he's an all-time assist
right,
leader, yeah. But I mean, you play with the guy who was the all-time point scorer.
sure,
You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna drop you a notch in my argument, just because those
that's
two.
okay, and that's fair. But even if we're not talking about Stockton, Kyrie wins another ring, he jumps Jason Kidd.
Oh yeah. See you later. See you later. See you
Yo,
later.
Kyrie, like, come on,
So,
bro.
so the names I have in front of Kyrie, he wins another ring. I got him neck and neck with Steph. I
That's
still got
crazy as shit. That's crazy as shit.
after packing up the greatest team Steph ever played on, or win record wise, 73 and
Yes.
9. He was the one that packed them up.
No, he wasn't. Don't say he was the one that packed him up.
The 40, the 4.
We're not. Are we going to mention his teammate that had back-to-back 41 pieces?
Okay, but I'm right there with you, and I hit the ice, and I put the
He
dagger in.
hit. He hit a great shot. Yes.
He had 40 points that game too.
No, he didn't. Not in that game. In game seven, he didn't have 40.
Okay, what do
They
you have?
only
30.
they only scored 89 points or something, like 93 points. Um, he had probably like 27 or something. The 41 game was game five. Him and LeBron both had 41. Game six, LeBron followed up with another 41. And then game seven, LeBron had a triple double. Don't tell me Kyrie was the one to pack him up. He was a great part of that and he contributed. But to be the greatest, you don't have no MVPs. He doesn't have enough All NBAs.
Oh, you also didn't let me get Isaiah Thomas above him on that list too.
Russell Westbrook is above him as well.
Kyrie had 26. LeBron had 27.
He played
And the
great.
dagger.
I'm never going to deny that he didn't play great.
And the dagger.
Yes, that was a great series for him.
Come on, man.
How are you neck and neck with Steph when you've never been the guy on your team, like the guy when you won? You were never the guy, and that doesn't make sense to me.
And so
He was the number two with LeBron, and he's the number
what?
two with Luca.
Yeah.
How are how are you how are you jumping in front of people like Jason Kidd doing it?
Because I mean, yeah, I mean, you could say Jason Kidd was the number one in those early 2000 Nets teams. That
Yeah,
did, that
but
did
even with that, but like
final didn't win, and then he
Jay,
was the number two everywhere else he went because uh, honestly, bro, the last great point guard to be the number one and to win a chip,
Steph.
I guess, bro.
Who else could it be?
Yeah, I mean 2022. So they beat Boston. So and that's really kind of why I've got Steph still above Kyrie, just because of the fact that every Steph his legacy got so diluted when KD came to
That's
town, bro.
fair, but yeah, at the end of the day, four chips, two MVPs, you know, 10 whatever, 12 All NBAs. Um,
And I think so. Yeah, I like I said, I didn't have him as the greatest point guard of all time, Kyrie, but I've got him in the conversation for sure, and I think there's an argument to be made there.
no. But I think
And
we're getting
I think the one thing that is just undeniable, right? And I just was watching Mind the Game with JJ and Bron, and JJ said that in the history of the game, Kyrie Irving is the most aesthetically pleasing player to watch play basketball.
yes. So this is my thing. I think Kyrie's the most talented. I think he's probably the best, the most entertaining. But when we're talking about greatness, yeah, when we're talking about greatness, it's so much. It's greatness is much more than entertainment.
Mhm.
Like what Magic did in 10 years is greatness, right?
That's why
Like
I would never move him off of one. I won't.
but like, can you honestly put him above Russell Westbrook?
I mean that 4 year triple double average is crazy. But
Right. No. But not only that, Russ is 10-time All NBA. He's a scoring champ. He's an assist leader.
mhm,
He's a 12-time All Star. Like Kyrie is so far away from Russ. Like Russ took that OKC
accolade.
team to the playoffs after KD left, on put him on his back pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like you 2 rings as the number 2 guy, you're not a top 5 guy. You can't be the top 5 guy as the number 2 guy.
And I always had a very, you know, forgiving heart and very. I got a little bit of a soft spot for Russell Westbrook, right? Because I just love people that play with real passion. You know what I'm saying? That you could tell like your heart is 100% in what it is that you do, and it's
Hmm.
undeniable with Russell Westbrook. So he, when everybody's getting a hard time and a bad rap, so I like and I'm thankful that you make that argument for Russell Westbrook.
Hmm.
But his lack of postseason success minus KD is gonna it's gonna be the issue with that. And now you're gonna say Kyrie doesn't really have any postseason success without Braun or now Luca,
Hmm.
which is fair. But when it comes down to actually the game of basketball, if you take their 2 games, I think it's obvious to me who's a better hooper. Not a complete basketball player. Like, yeah, but you also have to take an advantage, take into mind that Russell Westbrook is what 6'4". You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like 40+ inch vertical, one of the strongest to ever play the game.
Right.
All of those things have to factor into that, and just the God-given basketball ability, and not the athleticism or the, you know, everything else that comes with the tenacity.
I just think like we're trying to let Kyrie skip the line because we like him, because we love to watch him. Like nobody has been more visually pleasing to a basketball fan than Kyrie Irving's game. I think it's the Paul George kind of thing. The
Nah,
young guys.
that's
No, no, no,
Paul
here,
George
no, no,
is
no, no, no. Hear
Paul
me
George
out. No, yeah, Paul George is an elite hooper with a very smooth game, and if you listen to a lot of the young kids today, they say he's the best ever, right?
yeah, all they watch is clips.
Okay, but like you know, just because Paul George's game looks better than a lot of other players, but he's nowhere near as great. But as far as like talent, he's probably one of the most talented at that position. But you can't put him in front of guys that have really great accomplishments. That's my only thing with Kyrie. Like with Russell Westbrook, obviously his resume is nuts. Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, his resume is crazy. Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a back-to-back MVP.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
It's no like
Stop it.
how do you define greatness, bro? How do you define greatness?
I get sensitive when people start talking about Steve Nash because that just blows me. Great player,
Hmm.
great leader,
Hmm.
great at what he did, but there was no point that he was the best player in the league ever. Ever.
I agree. I agree. But he
And
was
there's never a time that you would say, if my life depended on it and I needed one bucket, I know who I'm going to. I'm going to Reed every time.
yes, that's fair, but like Kyrie is not taking those sorry ass Phoenix Suns and bringing them up to 50, 60 wins, brother. He's also not doing that.
I mean, let's be honest now. Those Phoenix teams weren't really sorry, bro. If
They
you
were
think about
sorry. They were sorry before Steve got there, though.
the players weren't all the pieces was right. They got what they went and got a young Amari. They went and had a young Joe. You see what Joe turned out to be.
Right.
It might have been, in my opinion, Joe might have been the best player to end up coming out of them teams.
We,
Think about
like I said, I just think we're letting him skip the line. Like when we look at resume for resume, and I'm not talking like I'm not denying his skill or his talent, but like a dude with no MVPs and a couple All NBAs, and then two rings is Robin. And when I talk about people like Jason Kidd, all defense, all NBA, all star for 14, 15 years, with a chip, all time in assists, all time in threes, all time in steals.
Was he even the Robin on that championship team now?
I mean, he was in his older years.
Might have been third chair, cuz third, fourth chair.
Behind who?
Third for sure.
Right.
Tricks depending on the night. Depending on the night.
There was no clear cut Robin on that team.
Even JJ Barea get off sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, he do. But Jason Kidd was probably the second best player on that team. And
I'm not even arguing.
I just don't like. I love like if people think I'm a Kyrie hater,
We
it's
know what
just
you are. We know
I'm
what
not a I'm not a Kyrie hater. I love Kyrie. There's a couple. I'm a hater for a couple of people. Kyrie's not one of them. Because I love watching him too. I just think you know we get kind of crazy when we see somebody that we like or somebody that we enjoy watching. We just get kind of extreme with it. Like, but when it really comes down to it, when Kyrie didn't have Luca, when he didn't have LeBron, where was he? What did he do?
him and KD was finna go to the finals, and then
They got swept.
no. Not that year. Not that year.
Oh, they lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, after he popped his ankle, wasn't it his ankle he popped?
Yeah, but I mean,
And then like KD had him there too.
he did. But it's like we can make the excuses, but without Luca and without LeBron, you quit. You quit on the team in Boston. You got. Did he play against that series against the Celtics? He did, didn't he? When they
I
got
don't,
swept,
I don't think he was playing.
I think Harden was out, but he played, right?
No. He was gone already. That was
Was
when
he?
yeah. I'm pretty sure he was gone already because that was the year Harden. That was the year Harden forced the trade because that was the year they came back because the 2020 year was the one when he was in and out because he wouldn't take the vaccine. Well, the 2021 season, excuse me, the 2021 season he was in and out the lineup because he wouldn't take the vaccine, and then that was the year the Bucks ended up winning the finals.
So Kyrie wins. You have him number 3 all time.
No, I'm not gonna say that, but he's in the conversation top 5 for sure. I told you I got him right there. I got him with Steph. I got him past CP.
You can't have him with Steph. You can't have him with Steph.
I got him with past CP. I got him right there with Steph.
You cannot have him with Steph, bro. You can't. You can't, dog. I'm not letting you get that off. You can't. You can't do that, bro. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't do that, bro. He got a long way to go. You can't do that. We're not doing that shit, man. We're not doing that, bro.
Hey, Cuz got mad.
Yeah. I have him with Steph, back-to-back MVP, 4-time champ. We ain't got him with no damn Steph, bro.
I got him right there with Steph, bro.
That's not you. You might have the worst Kyrie take of everybody. But keep
Stockton,
going.
see you later.
Kid Nash.
I got Kid right there too.
What, Russell?
I got Russell in front of Stockton for sure. Because I just feel like he'd have put Stockton in the rim every time. Just in the rim. In the rim.
Nigga, Kyrie will put Scottie Pippen in the rim every time. Like I'm taking him against Ron Artest. I'm taking him against the greatest defenders of all time. So like you saying he'll put this other point guard in the rim, but like Stockton is still going to get his 14 and 14 off. against Kyrie as well.
He's not playing with Malone.
We don't know. We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't say that.
What we do know is if there's a basketball in the rim, Kyrie's going to get it.
That's fair. Yeah, but there's more to the game though, isn't there?
It is, but bro, when you play with, I don't even like saying that man's name, bro. But when you playing with that guy,
Uh-huh.
and he's elbowing dudes across the jaw line and finishing,
Mm-hmm.
with ease because he's built like a D tackle, Aaron Donald, but 6'9", 6'10". I mean, I'd be up there on the all-time assist list right now, bro. If that was the case, I'd be up there.
We could try to downplay it, but like the results are the results. We could
What other
say he.
results, bro? I mean, a couple, maybe was it? They made it to 2 finals, maybe. I know they made
Don't
it one, got clapped.
don't say it like it's just easy to make it to 2 finals, brother.
I mean, would Kyrie have been to what, 6?
With who?
I mean,
How
bro,
many? How many?
okay, he was with the guy. He was with the guy
Uh-huh.
who Bron had to pass to get to number 1 all-time scorer.
Yeah. My question is, how many times Giannis been?
To finals once,
How many times Joker been?
back to back.
He only went to 1 finals, didn't he?
Yep. Oh yeah, because they didn't go this year.
Right. And then how many times Chris Paul been?
Once, I think.
Once. So it's like back to back finals appearances is not an easy feat, bro. Like we can't just blow right by that. Like that's not something you just walk into. Like I love Kyrie, man, but this shit is just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, bro. 97, 98, they made it to the finals both them years. Jazz
Yeah.
got clapped twice.
Like I said, like for Kyrie to be as skilled and talented and as great as he is, I feel like and maybe it does have a little bit to do with politics too. But I feel like
there's a lot. He would have a lot more accomplishments if it wasn't for the politics on
I maybe a few more, but would he be an MVP? No. Would he have maybe a couple?
He'd have more All NBA.
Maybe 2 more All NBAs.
I'm sure he'd have at least 2 gold medals.
Yeah. Would he have more NBA championships? No. Like
we don't know that though, because I'm telling you that year with Brooklyn, they had that, bro. They had that.
Do they win it all though?
Yeah, and beat the Phoenix Suns. Yeah.
I mean, Giannis. Yeah, Giannis was what the MVP and the defensive player of the year that year.
I don't know if that was all the same year, but
so they might have just lost to the best player in the league at the time.
Bro,
and like I said,
they was missing their second and third best player, bro.
And that's unfortunate, but like if we go back to all the injuries and history when LeBron was missing Kyrie in the finals and Kevin Love and like we could talk about who was missing
Kyrie one time, brother.
Huh?
He missed Kyrie one time.
They would have if Kyrie plays in that finals, they probably win that finals too. He played game 1, which they won at Golden State. Then he was out for the rest of the series. So we can't really do like LeBron should have 5 rings, right? If Kyrie plays, easily. But like I said, we can't do that because like that.
Rudy Gobert won the defensive player of the year that year.
Okay. Yeah. What was it the year before or something there? Yeah, so yeah. All right, moving on. We'll get back to Kyrie at a later date.
A lot of hate, bro. That's unbecoming.
No, it's not. I'm being real. I'm being real. Y'all want him to skip the line, and we don't do that. Like you can't.
You're a line skipper.
Ooh,
Go ahead, man. Let's keep it rolling, man. I
I
hate to tell you. I
I, I
hate,
put I,
hate to
I
tell
put
you
in
straight.
work. I put in work. Come on, man.
I hate to tell you straight.
I work hard for my status. I work hard for my status.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. I don't skip the
Where
line.
you gonna be tomorrow?
I'm in. I'm at the Boston Celtics game tomorrow. That's it. Nowhere else.
Skip the line.
Uh,
Skip the line.
that's crazy. I
You
have
gonna
a
make take your shoes off at TSA or no?
bro. I have a ticket and I'm gonna swipe it. I'm
All right.
gonna scan my ticket and I'm gonna
I
go
appreciate
in.
what you got going on.
I have a ticket that
So if your bag is non-clear, are they gonna let you in?
all I know is I have my ticket that I need to go where I need to go.
Yeah.
Um, Caitlin Clark.
All right, let's not do too much of this. Come on.
Yeah, no, but it has to be talked about. Do you think they're doing too much? Do you think the women are targeting her? Are they being too physical? Does the commissioner need to step in and say tone it down? What do you think? What is the situation? How should her peers play basketball, react? What do you think?
Check ball, man. Check ball, ball up top. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
So you don't think it's too much physical activity?
I mean, if you've ever been to a W game, bro, it is wild. I remember I went to the first Dream game.
Hmm.
And the way they did Andrew McCautry, I was like, yo, like,
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know who you're talking about. But go
hey,
ahead.
hey, go to YouTube
No, no, she's a legend. She's a legend. She's a legend for
Andrew
sure.
McCautry, certified bucket.
Nah, she was that girl.
Certified bucket, bro.
She was that girl for
It's a
sure.
rite of passage, bro. Like this WNBA, ask my more. You know, many who consider pound to pound to be the GOAT in women's basketball.
So you don't feel like we're not seeing anything different than how they treated other young rookies coming into the league.
I mean, bro, I think it's just more, it's what the league has been asking for: more media coverage, more eyes on her,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
eyes on media coverage. So now people are like, oh, wait, what's going
yeah.
on her? And she be popping her shit, bro.
Right. Do you think
That feed
it
into it. Believe that.
do you think it's a women thing at all? Because like, do we see this in the NBA?
Well, this level of physicality has been legislated out of the NBA. You
That's
know
a
what I'm
great
saying?
point.
And so
But
because
but do we see? Have we seen a young rookie come in? But the NBA is already popular. Like, there's not rookies bringing more attention to the NBA because it's already
like the only thing you're gonna be able to compare Caitlin Clark to in the last 20, 25 years is Bron.
Wimby. But maybe Wimby.
Nah, but she's not. See, Wemby is such an alien because he's 7'5".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Braun was an alien too. 6'8", 240 coming
We
at you.
yeah. So
Wemby's like a spectacle, bro.
yeah, I know what you're saying. But did we see this when Braun came in? Like the
Oh,
hard fouls.
yeah, the guys tried it. They
Yeah,
tried it, but
yeah.
he was so much bigger and stronger.
Right.
Everybody.
You just got to toughen up. That's part of the game. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Take ball up top, like it's what it is.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. Because it's like there's players 7 years in getting fouled hard, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right now, getting fouled hard, bro.
Draymond just stepped on Sabonis' chest the other day.
He had Rudy in a choke slam in year
He had
9.
Rudy in a headlock. Carl Towns,
Year 9.
or Ben Simmons put Carl Towns in a headlock. What, 3 years ago? So it's like, I don't know. I don't think the men would feel like it's targeted. You understand that's a part of the game. Like, a hard foul is just a hard foul.
Everybody's new. Everybody's new to the game, the women's game.
Yeah.
They want, this is not how ladies act, right?
Right.
A lot of people don't pay attention to women's sports. They want women's sport to be like
Soft, feminine.
like pageants. like type,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and that's not what it is, bro. Like if you know anything about hooping with women, like if you're hooping with some real women hoopers, it's probably gonna be the most miserable game of your life.
I think at the end of the day, it's just basketball, whether it's men or women. It's like
Nah, because
hard.
women they be scratching more. Like they're more liable and more willing to get on the floor. Like they're on all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's
but I mean, we still see that at the men. Maybe not in the NBA, but like we still see that, in college and high school and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's still just basketball. If you get
It's
fouled
cool.
hard,
It's cool.
if so, it's like. But I think a little bit too. It does have something to do with race, maybe,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because
And then
like,
the major players, the people that are pushing the narratives on social media, that's what they
yeah,
do anyway. And that's why and their followers are already charged up behind that and ready to react and or
yeah.
get their race related underlying dog whistle comments off. And so it doesn't matter. So when a guy like, Dave Portnoy goes out there and is the biggest Caitlin Clark apologist in the history of apologizing, he already know what he's doing because his base is charged up and ready to go.
I think they made a great point the other day on Pardon the Interruption, how she's uh, a white American female, right?
Yeah.
There is nobody comparable in the NBA that's a white American male that we could relate her to. So
I
in that
don't,
way, she's
don't,
relatable. Uh,
don't exist.
yeah, so she's relatable to
Nah,
obviously white America.
can
Yeah,
you name a white American male basketball player in the top 20 in the NBA right now? Is there a white American born basketball player that's a top 20 player in the NBA right now? Because there's no way Chet's a top 20 player.
no, not DiVincenzo.
Did you
Uh,
just name White Dante?
White Dante, man. I'm trying to think.
That was better off. You was better off saying TJ McConnell.
Nah, DiVincenzo had a crazy playoff run.
He did have a great run, but still,
Um,
he's not a top 20 guy.
I don't think there is like only half breads, man. It's only half breads. So nah, there's not one, but that's
Back
what I think. Yeah, she's relatable to like the white American
the masses.
people. Yeah, yeah. So obviously that's gonna play into whatever.
They already hate Andrew Reese. They
Yeah. So
already hate, whoever else you want to name. Well, I'm not even gonna say everybody else. They already hate Angel Reese just because of uh, her health
antics.
rivalry with
Caitlin Clark.
yeah, and kind of being that antagonist
Yeah.
to their protagonist.
And so I don't know if you saw it the other day, but Monica McNutt told Stephen A. Smith he could have lifted the game 3 years ago.
She snapped.
Um, I don't think she's wrong
No, she's
because,
not.
like, I don't think she's wrong at all. Like,
I mean, the Aces
obviously,
go back to back champ, bro. I mean,
right. And I think Stephen A. has done a great job of putting black women on a platform
mhm.
with the some of the women he's been involved with getting on First Take. But
And
as
that was
far
her point. Though her point was about the actual
I
sport,
know,
the
and I
actual.
think and I think some people think that she's unappreciative that the looks that she's gotten from Stephen A. But at the end of the day, the WNBA has been existed, and I've been watching First Take longer than 3 years. They did not talk about that, and that
Yeah.
could have been a great point because there's always been great players in the
Like the only
WNBA.
time they talk about it is when the WNBA and the ESPN got the deal, and then they'll talk about the opening night game. Then maybe they'll talk a little bit about All Star, and then they'll talk about the final. Like,
Yeah,
and
like Maya Moore was in the WNBA a while ago. She was a sight to see. Simone Augustus, Angel McCautry, Ivory Latta.
Simone,
Like,
whoo, we'll talk
like
about
these are Ivory Latta was one of my favorite ones. Lindsey Harding, like,
Lindsey Harden.
come on, man. I don't want to get too deep
Hey,
into it.
I'm gonna be honest, Lindsey Harden. I had the biggest crush on Lindsey Harden, bro.
Candace Parker, like it's so many great women that existed in the WNBA and they were not being talked about. So she's not wrong about what she's saying. And Stephen A. has to learn how to.
Gotta eat that.
Yeah, it is what it is. And I'm glad we're at this point now, but it's okay for your friends to tell you that, we could have been here. And that's saying Stephen A could have lifted the whole WNBA up, right? Because we still needed help from Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and those players. But
And other network partners, and
yeah,
everybody.
but
But
yeah, but
he
First
hit it
Take
right
was
on the money though.
100%, especially when First Take with Skip Bayless. And when they were putting up millions, they was the only show on TV. At 9 in the morning from 9/11, there wasn't other get ups and undisputeds. So I feel like she was definitely right about that, and hopefully he doesn't take that too seriously and reprimand her. But that was a great point that I thought she had.
And she was back
Um,
in there too.
Say it again.
She was back on it there.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. But it's we need, and obviously like Chinese too. Um,
Shanae,
it, it
bro, you always do
Chin,
that.
I always mess her name up.
Hey, Shanae,
Chennai.
Shanae is great for the brand, boy.
No, she's visually pleasing and she's a great, smart basketball woman
Yeah,
as
she,
well.
hey, goddamn beast in that paint.
No, she's great, man.
Nice, nice with that touchscreen too.
Oh my goodness, you're sick, man.
I mean, she got
Uh,
you over there sweating.
nah, it's just a little hot in here.
Yeah, you
No,
know, it's
I'm
not
gonna let
hot.
you.
No way.
We have. It is hot, bro. We have
Partly
the
cloud.
we
70.
have the stop it, man. We have the NHL finals coming up.
Yeah, Knight, listen. Yeah, he want to get with me now. Yeah, come on, let's talk about it.
We have is it Connor McDavid is in these finals, correct?
He is. Him and
He
Dreisaitl.
he's the clear number one guy in NHL, correct?
And depending on who you ask.
I'm
I
asking
mean,
you, brother.
he he's there. He's there for sure.
Who's his competition?
I mean, right now, like you could say, like Austin Matthews of Toronto is up
Okay.
there. Um, you got, of course, Mick Jesus, Connor, Austin Matthew. Then I'm trying to think. The Rangers, they're just a great team, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of great teams. Like Kachuk is the number one guy for Florida right now. That's who they'll be
Hmm.
playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's going to be a top five guy too. Um, I'm trying to think. Who else would we consider? But yeah, I mean they had the kid Connor Bedard. He had a good year. He was the number one pick for Chicago, but they were so bad. I think they got the number one pick again this year. There's guys out here though, like, but for like that next rung of guys, we still got Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin and guys
All
like that
right.
that are out here. Brand Marchand, guys like that have been doing this for a long time that are
All
getting
right.
ready to kind of turn into that LeBron KD class, and then I think McDavid and Austin Matthews, those are the guys that are kind of like the Shea, Luca, Tatum kind of grouping. It's like, hey, we here Ant-Man type of grouping, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
So who do you have? What's your take? Who's gonna win that?
Uh I got Florida. I think the Panthers are gonna win. I like their style of hockey though. They're more of a gritty team, right? Like they gonna make it physical on you, but they gonna hurt you, beat you up, do whatever needs to be done. They have the skill, to get the job done and to light the lamp, and but they're not here trying to score 5, 6 goals a night. You know what I'm saying? They're here to play real hockey. They're here to play old school hockey. Like I saw, I know this is gonna be spicy here. I saw Pat McAfee said it the other day. He said, we've learned that over these last, the people that weren't familiar, we've learned that the W is very much so old school football. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
The Florida Panthers are old school football. Like they lining it up. We gonna move you off this point.
When does that series start?
I do believe game one is not tomorrow, but Friday. Hold on, I got it right here. Game 1 is Saturday down in Sunrise, Florida.
Sunrise. Is that where the Florida Panthers are from?
Sunrise.
Or do they play at do they do the series home and home though? Or do they have like a neutral?
Nah, it's home. So it's two in
So
Florida, two in Edmonton, 1-1-1.
okay, gotcha. And then so we
Oh,
just go ahead.
but I forgot, it's a couple more guys that I wanted
That's
to
fine.
name NHL
Go
right
ahead.
now. They're all
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
30, right? So we got Nathan McKinnon. He's with Colorado. They won the Cup maybe 2020. Um, then there's a guy named, like I told you about, Leon Draisaitl. He's actually McDavid's teammate. They're the best.
He's his teammate?
Yeah, they're the best tandem in the league. And then Cole McCarr, who is actually a teammate of McKinnon. They both play in Colorado. And then Pasternak up in Boston. And then Matthews
How
and Chuck. Those are
how old is Connor McDavid?
he can be older than 25. Let me see. He's 27.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. I thought I
yeah.
didn't think he was that old.
He was first overall pick in 2015. So I mean, shit, it's been 9 years now.
It's hard. Like both of us, like we watch a lot of sports, right? And like we've
Yeah,
been watching a lot.
I'm
Like
sick, bro.
even if we don't study every sport, like basketball, football, baseball, whatever, we still know who is who, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like I think it's hard to see the games changing, right? Obviously, LeBron is coming to the end, right? KD's coming to the end, and then you have guys like Luca and Shea and all those guys coming up, and then obviously for hockey, Ovechkin and Crosby were the guys for 15, 20
So,
years, and then now you have McDavid and the other guys that you spoke about, and now this almost hurts as much as me seeing LeBron and KD go.
let it out, brother.
Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, brother. Like,
Nadal bounced in the first round of Roland
man,
Garros. The French
like,
Open. Clay Court King. The Clay Court King, Rafael Nadal, bounced in the first round of the French Open.
bruh, all I
Jokic,
know, all I
Jokic
knew
goes out with
growing,
oh,
all I know growing up was Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, right?
yeah,
A little bit of Andy Murray
and a little bit of Andy Roddick.
and a little bit of Andy Roddick. But Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, honestly, they were like three LeBrons. You can't really even
They really were, bro.
you really can't even separate those three guys because obviously they have the things that they're the king of the tournament that they've won 9 or 10 times. Each of them have their own special tournament that should be named after them.
They just dominate.
And like to see Federer's already gone, right?
Cooked.
And now we're seeing Nadal like
Roland Garros, bro. The first round on the clay.
bro.
First
I
round
don't
on the clay.
I don't think it's being talked about enough. Like,
It's not getting enough spin. But
bro,
it's really heartbreaking.
bro, it hurts. It's Tiger Woods, pretty much, and then Djokovic.
You know how I knew you were hurt? Because you texted me from the club that night as soon as it happened.
Bro, because it's like I don't have like
I said my boy is hurt right now.
this is the thing though. Like when you have a favorite, right? You usually have somebody else coming up that you kind of start to take a liking to. I don't got nobody right now, bro. Like I don't.
You got Tiafo.
I like what's the Greek guy?
Sissy Pass?
Is that his name?
With the hair? Sissy Pass? He's
Is that his
Greek.
name?
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Let me get the first name.
There's the Greek dude. There's this, what's the Spanish dude too? That was not just number one not too long ago.
Oh yeah, the young bull.
Yeah, I kind of like him, but I'm not totally sold.
don't know his name, so
Yeah, he hasn't. I'm not watching the Australian Open at 3 for him. You know what I'm saying?
not,
3 in the
not,
morning.
it's not happening.
Not for him. Nadal had me on turn the TV on at 4 a.m.
Say he ain't getting that Serena Nadal shit. No.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep with all the young bulls right now, man. So it's like
Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz.
Alcaraz. I think he's very good, but it's like I don't know if tennis reaches a point where they have Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic all at the same time. That like just three legit number ones in their sport at the peak at the same time.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I
Like
think what they did was so special and so underappreciated by the average tennis fan.
not even the average tennis fan, the average sports fan. I don't think in any other sport you have three players at their peak at the same time for 10 or 15 years, like just competing against each
That was
other.
really special. That really was special.
So it's like,
And I'm using was because it's over, bro.
bro, what did Djokovic just,
No, he withdrew because his knee.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah. So the dog got bounced in the first round on clay at Roland Garros, where he has how many titles? Let's see.
at least 8 or 9.
Oh, he got more than that, dog. 14.
Yo,
Got
it's
14.
like, and even on the other side, like with Serena too, right?
Yeah.
Like tennis needs a star bad, and you know, maybe
Coco
they
right
do.
there. Coco right there.
I think Coco's good,
She's
but
only 20, bro.
she is only 20.
I mean,
But I mean,
we came to know her. She was 16, 15. You know what I'm
that's true.
saying?
But I mean, yeah, but Serena's such a large field, though. You know what I mean? Because like obviously we thought
I mean, Serena was 17, 18, 19 when she broke on the field on the scene.
that's true. But I'm saying like we thought Naomi Osaka would be next up, right? For a second,
She got a little lost in the sauce.
you know, things happen, but I think tennis was just royalty for the last 20 years with those four people combined in men's and women's. And it's just that's such a hard. I don't think people understand how hard of a space that is to get back to.
She won the U.S. Open last year.
That's not that, and that's great. And she has to win like four, five, six more.
She went about 25 more to catch up.
Yeah, man. So it's like I don't know, man. Nadal was just like
She ain't gonna be one of them names, but I'm partial, boy.
who?
Sloane
Oh
Stephens.
yeah.
I'm partial.
Yeah. I know. I see
I always want to see Sloane Stephens win.
I see the vision 100%. I see the vision, but it's
Even though Buddy scooped her up, but
it is the game is the game, brother.
game is the game.
And then what do we have? I want you to talk about a little bit about why we keep having baseball guys getting caught betting, brother. What I know that's your expertise. I want you to speak on it a little bit, though. We have last couple of months, man. It's been a little bit,
epidemic, brother.
it's been like they're one of the best paid leagues, bro.
But see, the thing is, what people don't understand is it's not unless you're the guy.
That's also true. Yeah. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not that guy that's getting 400 million, then you're making, whatever you sign for.
So like that bottom 5 or 10 players on the roster, on the everyday roster, what would be typical for them?
It depends on your signing bonus, though, right? So if you're an undrafted guy, you don't have a signing bonus. You're probably making on that first deal maybe like 40, 50 grand a year, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really that. So like, I was listening to Xavier Scruggs, who he's now a analyst for MLB Network, and he does a whole lot for the game. He was drafted in the 19th round, right, out of Poway High School in California, right?
Mm-hmm.
His signing bonus was like 100,000 or something like that. But after you get that signing bonus, like you're making like 2 grand a month outside of that signing bonus because like they'll give you that
Oh
up
my
front
God.
and then they just give you like stipends the rest of the time. So like you'll have, you know, 9 minor league guys in a 3-4 bedroom house. And then there's like the first, second round guys that are always, they real big money guys like my buddy Jake Berger. He was the 12th pick of the draft in 2017, and I think he
Uh-huh.
got $8 million like signing bonus.
Okay.
So like if you're not one of those guys, and then you get a new deal, like you thugging, bro. Like you honestly thugging.
Nah, that's super tough, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, so like a guy, I'll tell you what, bro. I don't think there's a guy that's. I mean, this
I mean, is it worth risking your whole?
this Marcano guy, Tusipita or whatever his name is, bro. Marcano, he is who ended up getting his lifetime ban to Pete Rose. He's wilding, bro. I'm pretty sure he was slated to make like 700, 800,000 this year,
Pass it up.
and I think he had a 80,000 bet out there. Like he was wilding, he was wilding, and he was betting a lot on everything. Like he has
So
a gambling addiction, like for real.
yeah, nah,
It's
it,
deep.
it seems
It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than
nah,
rap.
it seems to happen in baseball a little bit more. Now, obviously, Calvin Ridley happened, and
I
then
think it's more
Jonte Porter.
opportunity to get caught because you got a 6 month season. You got 162 games that's played in 180 days time span. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Anytime you're on the team plane, you're on a team bus, you're in the team hotel, or at a field, clubhouse, whatever. All of those are prohibited areas to be gambling. But he
Which
was
is like,
he was betting on baseball. He was betting on his team. He was
yeah,
he
he was way deep in the trenches.
too far gone.
Um,
Too far gone.
so so speaking of the gambling, a guy got caught at the airport. I
Oh,
think the guy that was betting with Jonte Porter
oh yeah.
had a one-way ticket to Australia with like two double like an $80,000 cashier checks or something.
Yeah, bro. He had counterfeit checks. He was getting ready to go to Australia on a one way.
But my thing
But
is
they
what
said Dante was the worst of the worst. They said Jonte Porter was fixing games.
yeah, no, that they said
They
that
said
nigga under was like three.
they said he was down with a real bookie.
Bro,
Like,
they said his under was like 3.5. He put 80,000 down, hit a three, and got hurt and walked and left the game like under 3.5 points. He was on some different shit, 100%. But for the guy that got caught that was with him, what did he do wrong? He's a stand-up citizen,
no, because he's a bookmaker.
but he's not a player.
We're done.
He's not a player, man. He
You can't
shouldn't.
be a bookmaker, bro.
It's like FanDuel's making all this money. Why can't he? FanDuel's stealing money, closing people accounts.
Well, they lining they're out there lobbying with the right people, bro. You ain't greasing the right pockets, fam. You got to give me
Obviously,
200,000 to Bleach Bond Butch Body.
nah. Oh man, what about that? I
Have
love
you
black people. I
did you
love
watch the
most.
whole thing?
Yeah, I love real authentic black people in like professional settings. Like
Yeah,
obvious, like Edwards. Obviously, he's really himself. But this young lady, this representative from Texas, I think,
I think she represents South Dallas for sure.
brother, because it's like obviously the word ratchet is used often for black people, right? There are ratchet white people.
For sure, 100%.
Marjorie Green is
Right,
ratchet. She's
right.
the definition of ratchet. White
Yeah,
trash. White trash.
because she really tried it, bro. She was really trying it. She
You
was
know, you
trying
can't you can't put your hand in the fire and be mad when you get burnt.
burnt up.
You know, like you can't start because
And she put her head in the cast iron with the Crisco
come on,
pop.
bro. And what like a lot of black,
What they say, soul food, Big Mama, your arm.
you know, hey, black people grow up roasting each other for fun.
Roasted.
Like that's just something we do in art just to pass the time.
Just to pass the time.
We do that at 6 o'clock in the morning on the school bus. Like
Video.
bro, we've had 20, 30 years of practice in roasting people. So to step in our field, our expertise, our territory, and think you were going to get off and take it.
Marjorie was out of line though, bro. She was
She
rude, disrespectful.
she's way out of line, brother.
She
She's
was
way out
rude,
of line.
disrespectful. She was cutting Shorty off. Got the name calling first, and I said, "This ain't gonna go good." And boy, did it go! And my
And
favorite was the old white dude who was there, like mediating.
he said, "Wait, what'd you say?"
He said, "What did you say? What did you
Yeah,
say?"
yeah,
But
brother.
you know
You
what
heard.
he's sitting here thinking, right? As these two ladies are going back and forth. Now I love my ladies, right? Love all the ladies out there. But that old white man was sitting there. That's probably been sitting in that seat for a long time. You know, he was thinking. What was he thinking? Caps. He said, "That's why y'all just got representation not too long ago." He said, "That's why right here. That's why we wasn't letting y'all in here because y'all act like this."
But let's stay on
Hey,
this topic
Frank
of
Cap,
let's stay on this topic of politics. United States is like the
Ratchet.
section. It's Section 8, bro.
It's
This
ratchet.
shit is the trenches, bro. Speaking of politics, like we have world leaders that are thugs and felons and criminals. We have a presidential candidate that just got accused or found guilty of 34 counts, bro.
I tell you,
34.
felonious.
And we got people standing behind him and standing beside him.
Check this out. I seen this tweet. Right, it was a good tweet. She said, come from a young lady." She said, wow, 34 felonies Donald Trump has been, found guilty of. So that's way more
Right.
than my man. He hasn't been able to be employed since the 90s. He said Donald Trump's running for president again.
Bro, and that's the crazy part. And it's also like, bro, felons can't vote.
You
But
run
but
for
we could but felons can run for president, but they can't vote? Come on, dog. Like and I don't even talk about the politics too much, but it's this shit is outrageous, dog.
it is this is a little bit outrageous. And then what is the
This
other option?
an 80-year-old.
80 plus
An
counting.
eight an 80-year-old with the final form of Alzheimer's.
Yeah. He might be demented, brother.
With a son that was doing crack using government money. That's the politics, man.
You know he's sick because I don't even know where you find crack in 2024.
Bro, it's like
Where
he's
you find crack? Where you find crack
he
in
he was doing crack, doing prostitutes, and doing all kind of other things. Like and that's the president's
Where you
son.
find crack in 2024, Caps?
I wouldn't know where you found it in 1996, brother. I stay away from that stuff. But before we leave, I do want to show we talked about Caitlin Clark a little bit. We have to get away from the narratives and talk about pure talent. Aja Wilson, man.
Yeah.
Like I understand Caitlin Clark is
Stewie Wilding too, though.
yeah, I understand Caitlin Clark has done a lot for the game, but Aja Wilson and Breonna Stewart, they've been playing amazing basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I just wanted to make sure
We highlight
we
that.
mentioned, yeah, we mentioned that because what she's doing cannot go unnoticed.
Oh,
And then,
so the Aces are playing the wing currently as we speak.
mhm,
Asia's stat line right now, 34 and 14.
my goodness,
With a plus 15 plus minus, and the Aces are up 17 points on the wing.
fucking 0-1 Shaq, brother.
Oh, one Shaq, bro.
0-1 Shaq. And then before we get out of here, we have something coming up. NCAA 25.
On the way, baby.
Oh man. Ladies, please stay strong. Be strong. You know,
During this trying time.
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
It's tough for you out here.
It's got to get tough. Like, be patient. If he's not texting you back, if he's texting you back every other hour, he's just playing a lot of Madden or a lot of AA 25 games. He's not out cheating. He's just
True.
on his road to glory.
Road to glory.
Hey,
Oh, I can't wait for Road to Glory, dog.
ladies, if he didn't text you back in the last 5 hours, he's just playing road to glory for the last 5 hours. And he's locked in. He's trying
What's your
to
favorite part of the Road to Glory?
bringing that mid major up, working working him up, put him on the national scene, and playing against the Alabamas. Me bringing Marshall and turning them into Ohio State.
I think my favorite part of Road to Glory is actually like the high school part where you just shitting on it.
I don't do they. I don't know if they have that in the next one. Do they?
Got to. It's got to.
I don't know if they have it.
When you play those little couple high school games, like where you just do the playoff run or whatever, like
Right.
you gotta have it.
Road to Glory is like 2K15 my career. You know what I mean? Like where
Perfect.
you could where you could just lock in for 5 to 6 hours.
Hours, days, brother.
Hey, I'm obviously you got shit to do, but like
No, but you gotta
Saturday,
think, bro, back when we didn't.
brother, when we did,
When your parents go to sleep and you play the game and they wake up and you're still playing the
yeah,
game.
yeah, dude, this is GTA for athletes.
It's
You
like
know what I mean,
like when you went to sleep, I was still in high school, but when you woke up, I'm a junior and I've won the Heisman twice now.
bro? And I'm starting over. I want to take a different route now. I want to take a different route this time. So, like I said, ladies, stay strong. Please understand us. This is our therapy. Therapy is kind of expensive right now.
And ladies, don't be that. Yeah, we don't know what his insurance situation is like, so let's
You know what I'm saying?
let that
It's
man pay
hard.
$dollars and get his session.
Look, you have his location. I hope you do. He's at home. He's at
And
home. He can't talk right now. I'm sorry.
also, ladies, don't be that one. You know exactly what I mean.
I don't think they do.
Don't be that one. Don't be that one that's nagging a nigga to get off the game. Don't be that one that you don't spend no time with me.
I,
Don't be that one,
I
ladies.
wanna I wanna
Now,
make it.
hold on, Caps,
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Ladies, write this down. Don't be that one that hates anything that brings your nigga joy. Don't be that one.
Ladies,
Nasty.
when
That's
what
nasty
we're
word.
talking about right now, I want to kind of make an analogy. You know how y'all been waiting on Rihanna to drop for 10 years, right?
And now you've given up hope.
We was waiting on NCAA for a decade.
And
We
most
never thought it would happen. This is our Rihanna album that we could just repeatedly listen to over and over again, right? So I just want y'all to understand that. And one more thing before we go, I know that you're watching the Women's College World Series right now.
super locked in.
I don't think it's mentioned, but Oklahoma has a hell of a dynasty going on in the world of sports. It's probably one of the greatest in the last 10, 20 years.
For sure.
Um,
Going
and
for the
if you
fourth.
could, a four-peat is fucking crazy, bro.
And actually it's a young lady I covered. She's from my area. I did the story with her. She's there now. She pitched the last game for Oklahoma. She's a lefty pitcher, Kirsten Deal. They call her KD the real deal. But she's on the Oklahoma squad. She won a national championship last year and is now like the number two, number three pitcher right now. So she's going looking for her second ring as they go for their fourth in a row.
Fourth in a row. This
So
is this is some Gino Auriemma shit, bro.
looking to beat their rival Texas, and they're up 7-1 right now, top of six
They
game.
they have they have two teams in the same conference in the national championship.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Um, But yeah, no, a four-peat is something that should be talked
And then the
about.
young lady career, this young lady from Oklahoma, Tierry Johnson, she's OD, bro.
I
So
have
I
a
they,
fa- I
they
have a
just
favorite player on Texas.
I know which one it is. What's her name?
I think she's number 10, third base.
Number 22. All right, two now.
Number 10. Shout out to number 10. Good luck. I'm
Yeah,
sure you'll have a.
they getting spanked right now though.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Tierry Johnson, bro. So check this out. She's hit a home run one out of every 38 at bats. She's wilding, bro.
Is that great?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What is she batting?
I didn't see the numbers. Hold on, let me look at softball stats. Oklahoma. So come on, load the website. Yeah, she hit 375 this year. Yeah,
375.
yeah,
My goodness.
yeah. So, she hit. Let's see. Let's go to the individual stats. She hit 375 this year. Where's it at? Jada Coleman. They got they got them everywhere, bro. It's a pretty nice little crop they got out there too. Tom Brady's niece, she was balling out. She had a good run at UCL. I think she set their all-time home run record. But yeah, Tierry Johnson hit 375. She's got a 1.298 OPS, which is slugging percentage and on base percentage put together. It won't load the rest of the stats right now for me, which is kind of pissing me off. But she's special, bro. They really got it. They really got it going on. I really love the College Women's World Series, bro. It's one of the more entertaining 2 weeks of sports. Just because
Yeah, I think.
it moves so fast, it's so passionate. Like
Yeah. Honestly, like just as a sports fan, I think any major championships is something like you should watch, no matter the sport. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely, bro. I'm with
any, yeah, any Australian Opens or any PGA tours, any of those
you.
things.
So Thierry Jennings, right? 375 batting average. She had 192 at bats this season. She had 24 home runs. She had 66 RBIs.
Hmm.
159 total bases. First in all of these categories that I'm naming, I should mind you.
Over a whole college baseball.
No, for her team, and then in the most of these, she's first in the Big 12 too.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, she's
Look, and staying on baseball, we only covered it a little bit. What are your thoughts on the season so far? Who's impressed you? Who's disappointed you?
in MLB. I mean, I think the obvious answer is the New York Yankees. Man, they're the most impressive team right now. They are Juan
Mhm.
Soto, Eric Judge. The things that they have been doing to baseballs should be illegal, bro. They
I
are
think yeah,
destroying
I,
baseball now.
I think we forgot a little bit about Aaron Judge, obviously with Otani hype, but he's still one of the
And
best.
not me, brother. I think that's a y'all thing. You know,
Excuse, okay, yeah, excuse me.
y'all people, y'all folks on the outside looking
Yeah,
in. I
I
mean, I,
think,
my
but
top
I,
three, my top three for the last 5 years, no order specifically. Big Show, Betts, Judge. However you want to mix them up for the last 5 years, those have been my top three players.
I think obviously when he first came on the scene, like he was, very hot, and then he kind of cooled down a little bit, but he's been very consistent still, and he
I mean,
still looks
last year he was dealing with a little bit of injury, so
right, but he still looks like possibly the best hitter in baseball, right?
sure.
So it's good to obviously. I think the Yankees had a little disappointment when it got John Carlo and didn't do much after that.
And he's really who's balling this year. That's what's really like. Yeah, they added Soto this year, but Stanton has been
Hmm.
super healthy this year, and he has been crushing baseballs, dog.
Right, and I think obviously the Yankees already have high expectations, right? But then you add Giancarlo, and then you add Juan Soto, like it just elevates them to another level, obviously. But I think it's good to see Aaron Judge, because I think baseball is kind of missing the popular big hitters like they used to have. Like they used to have a lot of them, and they still have some, but like I don't think there's a lot of big poppies. There's not a lot of A-Rods, Barry Bonds type figures in the
So
sport.
baseball is a very interesting situation where they're kind of it's. I mean, it's like the same with every sport that we've been talking about, bro. They're at that changing of the guard right now. Like
Right.
there's the new faces, the new guys have taken over. So of course there's still Bryce Harper, who's a prominent figure, but Showtime came and took over. Betts has really been in the mix literally since 2016. Has been a top player in the league. Judge probably around that same time, but then you got young guys like Julio Rodriguez, he's struggling this
I
year.
love
Yeah,
yeah, I love Julio, man. I
he's
think
having a
he's
bad
great.
year offensively, but he's still one of the best players in the league. You got Acuna. I'm sure you know all about Ronald, and it's a. I
Man,
mean,
it's been hard for him in the past couple of years, man. Such a great player, and
he got that.
just can't stay healthy. Yeah, it's
So,
it's that
yeah.
sucks for the city, man.
Hey, bro, I'm looking at this Texas softball roster. They got pieces. They got, they got some pieces, bro.
Hey man, a lot of people tell me Austin is just
They got a good mix too. Like they got chocolate joints, they got Spanish joints,
what are we turning this podcast
they
into,
got
man?
biracials.
You're
And then,
serious.
I know you a milk man, so they got a little milk for you too.
Mm, haven't had milk in years, brother. I actually just passed some up in the grocery store. Um,
I mean, bro, I just never mind.
what are you
I ain't,
doing, man? What are
I
what are
ain't,
you what are you trying what are you trying to turn this podcast into, man?
the same, bro. Like, I mean, you were talking about. I seen number 10 too. I seen what you seen. It's there.
Just a nice young lady, man. That's it. Nothing more.
It's there.
Uh,
Hey, it's
uh,
there.
I'll go check that roster out at a later time. I did.
He said, check your email. I already dropped you a link.
Yo, I was trying to have some serious Major League Baseball talk, and you're telling me about the chocolates and the biracials on the Texas roster, man. You're not a serious guy.
I'm serious. We talking
You're not.
baseball. You don't want to talk. You know what else you want to talk about? All right, surprise of the year. My
No,
surprise of the year.
yes, that was my question.
I gave you the names. The
You
guys
said
that.
that you said the Yankees. Obviously, the disappointment also asked you for.
I mean, you can always say my St. Louis Cardinals disappointment. Dude.
I'm
Nah,
saying unexpected disappointment, not expected disappointment.
hold on, cousin. Hold on. I feel like you're being
Yeah,
disrespectful.
my bad. My
Definitely
apologies.
the Astros. The Astros. They're 7 games under 500 right now. Really, just kind of been haven't been able to put anything together offensively. Their arms have been struggling. They might have just lost Urquidy for the rest of the year. They're really struggling clearly without Dusty Baker as their manager.
Hmm.
Um, the Orioles and their young team, they look really really good, but they're in the same division as the Yankees, who are 44-19. So I mean,
Sheesh. My
The Orioles,
goodness.
Orioles are 18 games over 500 and are 5 games back in or 3.5 games back in the division.
And I understand the Dodgers are first place in their division, but are they?
I mean, their division is really weak this year. I mean, Arizona, who went to the World Series last year, they're 4 games back. Their best players really struggling.
But
Corbin,
do we think the Dodgers should have a better record than they have right now?
and they're 7 games over. You could say that, but I would imagine they're still trying to figure out what to do with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who was their big
Yeah,
I think out of Japan, he hasn't really been living up to that bill.
Right.
Um, the best pitcher who probably going to win Rookie of the Year and could win NL Cy Young is going to be Kota Imanga from freaking the Cubs. That's not his name. What's his name? Imanaga. There you go. Yeah. It's Shota Imanaga. He's going to win probably the NL Cy Young and the Rookie of the Year. He's 30-year-old rookie out of Japan. But he
30-year-old rookie.
Yeah, because they got the Japanese league rules.
Yeah,
And
that's nah.
you can't
Yeah, it's,
early if you want to most here, like because they want to make sure they get some value out of you in
correct.
their league before you just jump over to them.
Uh,
And
J Japanese baseball players are like NBA players in Japan.
yeah,
Like I've lived it, so it's like they're the people out there. They're the guys.
oh yeah,
Like
there's the guys out there for sure.
they're big
You
time
gotta
out
think
there.
like right. So imagine being Shohei Ohtani, right? So you're the best. You're the best player that Japan has probably ever seen. For the sport that they care the most about. Then you come over here, you dominate, you win a Cy Young, you win 2 MVPs in the MLB, and then you're like the number one supermodel in fucking Japan too. Like,
And then you're the highest paid player ever in the sport on top of that. So
mhm. and his wife, she played for the national team, the Japanese basketball national team.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So no, but I did have to ask you, do you think there are any guys today
Mhm.
that would touch 600, 650 homers by the time it's all said and done?
No, I
None.
don't. I don't think guys play enough baseball. I don't think, and I know that like the games are still the same, like season
Right.
wise. I mean, there's not many guys going out there giving you more than 140 games.
Mm.
So there's that. Then this whole launch angle home run, yeah, they want you to hit more home runs, but in turn, it's going to limit the number of home runs you get because it's eliminating the hard contact you make. Like, yeah, the whole premise of these new swings is to make as much hard contact as possible, but trying to make hard contact is going
It's
to
a
lead
lot. Yeah.
makes an already hard job more difficult. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Like oh, you mean like only swinging for home runs?
yeah, like if you go up there and like your approach as a hitter should be up there to go up to the plate and make hard contact no matter what the ball does.
Right.
But you going up there to the hitter is like, okay, let's try to elevate and lift this ball and make hard contact. You're making it harder than it has to. Because if you swing, it's crazy. Baseball is a crazy sport, right? If you swing hard down and you make contact with the round bat and the round ball, with whatever spin, you swing hard down, the ball goes up. It's just the physics of it.
I mean, yeah. It's I don't want to try to understand it. That's for people who already understand it.
Physics of it, bro. You swing the round bat. The hardest thing in the sports to do is take a round bat, hit a round ball, coming in at 100 miles per hour. But then you got to swing down to make it go up. That's just the way it goes.
And so you don't think we'll see anybody reach 600 that's playing today?
Okay, so let's see. Who's the active home run leader right now?
Mookie
Active
maybe?
home run leader right now in the MLB is Giancarlo Stanton, bro. He's 34 years old. He's been in the league 15 years. He's got 417 home runs, and he only gonna play 60 to 80 games a year. You
He's
know what
been in
I'm
the
saying?
league 15 years?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Nah.
How long do you think Mike Trout been in the league?
Mike Trout. He probably coming up. He probably 11, 12.
14, bro.
Damn.
He's at 378 home runs. Like he's there's no way he makes it to 600. I don't know who.
So
I mean, Stanton will make it to 500. I don't know if Mike Trout makes it to 500, bro. 378. He's 32 years old. He gets hurt all the time, and he's already in year 14.
what is Bryce at?
Bryce Harper's at 320. He's only he's 31 years old and he's in year 13.
Hmm.
280 more,
Wait,
maybe.
wait, 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 wait. You said he's 31 in year 13?
Yeah,
He started playing at 18?
yeah, bro. He was in the minor leagues maybe a couple months. I mean, you got to think. Oh, you
But
probably
I'm
don't. Bryce
no,
Harper.
no.
Bryce Harper was 15 on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Then, so that was after his sophomore year. His junior high school, he played one more year, and then going into his senior year, he reclassified up, went to JUCO, played 1 year at JUCO, and then was the first pick of the draft at 17.
He was the first pick out of JUCO?
Yeah,
That's
bro, he hit
crazy.
like 40 home runs in JUCO when he was supposed to be a senior in high school in a wood bat JUCO league.
So when you say he's been in the league 13 years, how many of those are in the major leagues though?
Bryce Harper's been in the major leagues 13 years,
So how long was he in the minor leagues?
maybe like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yo, what?
Okay, so the June. So hold on, let me see.
Wow.
Let me, let's go. Bryce
Month and a
Harper
half.
draft. He was the 2010 draft. He was the number one pick. That was June 7th, 2010, right? June 7th, 2010. Bryce Harper MLB debut was April 28th. Okay, so he was 19 when he made his debut. So it was April 28th, 2012. So
So
that first year technically you go to rookie ball because the draft's in the middle of the year. Like you can make it get called up that year or whatever, but it's basically a wash because like they
so
gotta take rookie ball and then like they gotta see what you look like there, and then they might like if you're really like Paul Skeens, the kid from LSU, he went
yeah.
from he went to rookie ball for like 3 days, and then they sent him to Double A to finish out last year, and then he started this year in the major leagues, and that's basically what happened with Bryce Harper. But
So
he
it,
happened to only be 18 years old when
so
he
let me
started.
ask you this: is Bryce Harper probably the best number one pick
In
in
baseball,
the 21st century in
oh, 20.
baseball?
Yeah, I was about to say the greatest number one pick of all time was Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay,
And then
let's
and then
exclude him.
Chipper after that.
But in the 21st century,
I would say yeah, because I mean baseball has a lot of number one picks that fail, like just because of the game.
yo, shout out to Steven Strasburg, man.
I mean he worked out, he got the chip,
He
but
do,
but
but
he didn't.
the way he came on the scene, bro,
Yeah.
I thought he was the next best pitcher of all time,
hmm hmm
and then he just kind of fizzled out. But
Well, he ended up having like chronic,
yeah,
all type of chronic stuff.
I thought that brother was Tim Lincecum, bro.
Right. So, uh, if I'm not mistaken, there was a curse on like it's called a 1-1, right? Because it's the first round, the first pick. There was a curse on 1-1s in baseball. There had never been a 1-1 that had made it to the Hall of Fame until Chipper Jones, I do believe. And then
What the
Ken Griffey
hell?
Jr. was the next one.
And have we seen one since?
I'm looking at the number ones right now. I mean, so out of all the 1-1s right now, I'm looking at this list. Of course, a couple of you guys are still in the minor leagues. I mean, Skeens is already in the major leagues. Jackson Holiday's still in the minor leagues. Henry Davis is still in the minor leagues. Spencer Torkelson, he's with the Tigers. Adley Rutschman, he's a great ball player with the Orioles right now, 2019. Casey Mize, he's up and down. Royce Lewis, he gets hurt, but he's a great player. Mickey Moniak, yeah, I was really, really, really not a fan of that pick. Dansby Swanson, 2015.
Dansby Swanson for sure.
Brady Aiken, I couldn't even tell you where he's at right now. Mark Appel, he was the number one pick in my senior year of high school, and he has a crazy story. You might want to Google that. Mark Appel, Carlos Correa, Garrett Cole is probably going to be your next. Well, no, because Bryce Harper was 2010, Garrett Cole was 2011. Those are probably going to be your next two number one. No, David Price was 2007. He'll probably go.
The pitcher, right?
Yeah. So those will probably be your next 3 Hall of Famers to go that were number 1 picks. And then this year's Hall of Fame, last year's Hall of Fame class, Joe Mauer. He was a 2001 overall pick. He was the number 1 baseball prospect and football prospect coming out of high school.
He's from Georgia, or he's from Minnesota, right?
He's from Minnesota, yeah.
Okay. Who's the one from Georgia?
Come on, Jeff Francoeur, I think.
Francoeur.
He wasn't the one.
He went to Parkview, right? Or he went to Dunwoody.
No, he went to Parkview. You were right, because that's when we was like in middle school, and like remember he used to be everywhere.
There's one from Parkview. Who's the one from Dunwoody? I'm thinking about Kyle Parker, right? Kyle Parker's not from Atlanta, is he?
You talking about Kyle Lewis?
No. There's one that played on Dunwoody.
I'm trying to think. High school baseball. All-time baseball alum. No, let's go back. Alumni. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right now. They got to update their website. Chef. Is this football? How's this football? Oh, that was baseball. Yeah. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm done with you. Not recently.
Nobody?
Oh, there was the kid from Mays. Mays just had a kid that went. He was number 4 pick. He actually here in Greensboro. Termar Johnson. He went to Mays. He was the number 4 overall pick in the draft 2022.
Mays. I don't hear a lot about coming out of Mays.
Nah, not baseball, bro. You know, they used to be alternative school. That's another APS, man. You don't know nothing about APS for real.
All right, bro. It's time to pack it up when you start.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, when you start talking when you start talking to me like that, bro, like I'm just some out of towner, like I'm from fucking Forsyth County or some shit. No disrespect to Forsyth County.
No, we disrespect the Forsyth County because they would disrespect us.
They will. That's one of them towns.
It wasn't nothing worse than like you get ready for an AAU weekend and you see you got to go to West Forsyth or you got to go to Cherokee.
Bro, I don't go to West Forsyth now.
I'm saying,
and I won't. You won't catch me at Forsyth, especially not after 6 p.m., brother. If you know what I mean.
6, brother, it's too dark.
Not after 6 p.m. If you know what I mean. Hey man, that's it. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back. We'll be back to talk about Kyrie Irving and his legacy, Jason Tatum and his legacy, Luka Doncic and his legacy, and Jaylen Brown as well. Celtics in 6. Mr. Jalen says Celtics in 7. We will see. I'm thinking about doing a little live coverage, maybe a little vlog. Game 1.
If and only if you seeing straight. You know, you can
I'm good.
No
side. Main mission tomorrow, man. I'm focused. I'm locked in. Look, I'm going to sleep like I'm getting ready for the game tomorrow, bro. I'm going to sleep. I'm getting a cut. I'm stretching in the morning.
You say you up in the Boston Garden Society.
All right, bro. You sorry, man. See, all right, we'll catch y'all, man. That's it, bro.